Oh, hi there. Busting this out, man. I'm looking at all these quality ingredients. Got the frickin' DoJoe running. Watch this. I've been practicing my pizza peel moves. Oh! Hey guys, Chef Eric here. Kamado Joe. Just a little stretch. Oh. All right. So I want to do a really fun, a coffee, bourbon, brown sugar, compound butter on top of the roasted sweet potato with the corn and the Ancho Espresso tri-tip. Are you with me? Let's do it. It's a lot. It's a lot, but it's not. DoJoe, all right? It's not just for pizza anymore. Let me tell you, this is a deck oven machine. And as a, 20-year industry veteran, been in a ton of restaurants, the deck oven is one of the most utilized pieces of equipment in the kitchen. Okay, so if you got one, you absolutely love it. Baked wings, absolutely magic. We're using the pizza peel in there. It's just fun. Yet another super cool addition to the KJ accessory line. And I can feel that heat just pumping right out of the front. We're sitting at about 450 degrees right now. I'm gonna damper down my draft door to about 1/4. This is gonna be our air control right down here. So we're gonna stay at about, an inch open right now. We're at 400, in between 425 and 450. Let's talk about what we're gonna do today. So I've got a couple beautiful sweet potatoes that I want to roast, and we're just going to take a little bit of oil and drizzle them right on top. Okay, I got a couple others we'll throw in there in a little bit. Corn. I have soaked this corn for 3-4 hours. We're going to put that in the DoJoe as well, again treating it like a deck oven. Next, E3 meats tri-tip. Okay, this thing is gorgeous. It is laden with fat, that intermuscular fat that we want to see, the marbling, and we're going to coffee rub this. Okay, so I've got a little Lane's Ancho Chili Espresso rub, and we're just going to go right on the outside with it, just like this. Yeah, go hard. Beautiful. That is pretty stuff. I want to mix it. I want to hit it with just a little salt too. And then I went to a local farm and got a little tallow or a little beef fat. So we're going to take this beef fat and just kind of put it in the bottom of our cast iron here. Okay. Just rub that all around. Now, these are items at 450 degrees that are going to cook at relatively the same rate and the same time. So I'm almost putting a slow sear in the cast iron on the tri-tip. There's two different types of Maillard reaction here. We're looking for the low and slow caramelization versus that blistering sear, okay? And that the evenness of the temperature provided by the DoJoe, aka our KJ deck oven today, is really going to help us out with that. So at 425 degrees, we're going to cook this for about 1.5 hours to get an internal temperature of about 125 to 130 degrees. We're going to flip it halfway through, get great caramelization, let it rest, slice it, beautiful thing. These larger sweet potatoes at 425 degrees are also going to take about 1 hour and 15 minutes or so. And this corn, I bet, at that temperature, we'll keep rotating it, but should be done within a matter of 45 minutes to 1 hour. So we're going to have a great meal. This is very meat and taters stuff, okay, but a lot of fun using the DoJoe. Let's go ahead and get these items in there. Oh, and I almost forgot. We've got the Ancho Espresso rub on the tri-tip, the E3 meats tri-tip. So I'm going to take some of this Kerrygold butter, get it to room temperature, put in a little brown sugar, a little bit of salt. Okay, we always use unsalted butter. That's a chef's trick right there. And we're gonna put in a little Devil's River coffee bourbon. Okay, so we're really playing on the coffee idea here, and I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. Let's do one more field trip around the world here and just show you how easy it is. That was a mouthful, but sweet potato, corn, steak, butter.
Dunzo.
Don't get freaked out. Easy peasy. Let's do it together. Some of you are saying, well, wouldn't you get the cast iron hot before you put it in the deck oven? Not for this particular cook, because again, I want to bring it up slowly. We're going to get a great crust. It's going to come to temperature, and it's going to be really, really beautiful right on time. So, put our beautiful corn, and we'll keep rolling that around. 3 sweet taters going in. Beautiful. All right, 425 degrees. We're gonna check back in 30 minutes and see how the caramelization's coming with our steak. But right now, let's go ahead and finish up that compound butter. All right, we start with some room temperature butter. A little bit of salt, always unsalted butter because we want to control how much salt we're going in. Brown sugar. Now this is going to add a big molasses flavor, but even just as important as the flavor is the textural crunch. Okay, when you get that butter and it hits your back teeth, that's really nice. And so we're going to take a fancy spoon here. Now we'll make a little volcano here and put in some of our Devil's River coffee bourbon and just fold that in. Bourbon butter. So that's nice and incorporated and looks absolutely gorgeous. So we're gonna pop this into the cooler, make sure it doesn't get too firm. It's a hot day out here, so masterfully done. Beautiful. So instead of popping in here with the pizza peel and pulling everything out, I'm gonna lift the dome just to give you a sneak peek of what's going on inside with the DoJoe. Oh yeah. It's been about 45 minutes. Sweet taters are looking great. Flipping the corn, and we're getting some great caramelization on this steak. Really, really incredible stuff. Still got a little ways to go, okay? So let's shut this dome because this is keeping everything in there. And beautiful. All right, so I think we've got another probably 45 minutes to go yet. Corn was almost there. We'll pull that out a little earlier. Compound butter is going to come out of the cooler now so it doesn't stiffen up too much. And I'm going to kind of set the table up for slicing, resting and slicing that steak and getting the compound butter into the potatoes and cutting the corn. I like those little things that go into the corn, so I'm gonna go inside and see if I can find those. All right, we've been about an hour now. I'm gonna pull that steak out and take a look, and I wanna up the ante just a touch. Oh yeah. Look at how gorgeous that is. We're getting there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my knife and just scruff the outside just a little bit. Crosshatch. Scruffing away, increasing the surface area on both sides. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Just a little bit. Now to up the ante, okay? I just want to finish with a little bit, we're going to go a little heavier here, with a little bit of that Devil River coffee bourbon, okay? I want to get those caramel notes. I want that sweetness of that agave to come through. So it's just going to simmer in about 5 minutes. We'll flip it over, simmer on down. Just a great way to finish this steak. Beauty. An hour and 15 minutes on the dot. Let's take a look. Automatically getting vanilla notes, coffee notes. That ancho's coming through. Watch this. This is one of my favorite parts when I flip that steak and just see that other side. Look at the little bubbles here. You know, that's part of that glaze. Oh my gosh. And just let it drink it up, okay? Beautiful stuff. Let's check on our corn and our sweet taters.
The chef hands.
Yeah, chef hands indeed. Set you guys right there for now. Ah. You know, there's nothing better than a oven roasted or DoJoe roasted sweet potato. Those residual sugars reduced down. It's got a flavor like no other. You can't boil a sweet potato and get that roasted flavor. Look at the caramelization. Our butter's looking good. Ah, I forgot to get the other spoon. I went out there and got so excited about the little things that go on the ends of the corn. Mine, when I was a little kid, was an alligator. It had the tail of an alligator and the head of an alligator, and you pushed it in there. Made you eat your corn, you know? All right.
All right, spoon take.
I go get a spoon.
Hang on.
I'm back. We're letting this steak rest, so we'll go ahead and bring it on the cutting board. It's just gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. All right, let's do the corn together. You can break these in half and kind of have fun with presentation if you like. Again, the kiddos in the crowd love that action. Ah.
That definitely reminds me of being a little kid.
Right.
Going to grandma's house. I always did that for us.
Slice into our sweet taters. Look at how easily it goes through. Colors, absolutely beautiful. Now we're not going to put the butter on until right before service because it's just going to melt, right? Beautiful I got this beautiful emulsification. The construction's getting me. These guys are doing a great job though. The hardest thing about this recipe, using the DoJoe, putting the beautiful seasonings and whiskey over the top of the steak, is letting the steak rest. Letting that steak rest is so vital. But any liquid that's on this cutting board is just clear notification that this steak isn't going to be as good as it possibly could have been. So we gotta let it rest.
We gotta let them finish the deck.
Gotta let them finish the deck. They're doing good. They're doing good. What am I supposed to do?
I just rest. You gotta do nothing.
10
minutes.
What do I do with my hands? I don't know. Next up, tri-tip.
Don't touch it, Eric.
You know, let's cut real quick and let's do a taste test here. I'm thinking this Devil's River coffee bourbon is going to make a great digestive. You know.
No, all right. I'll jump in on that.
And really get us ready to taste these bites. Be back in a minute. All right, I'm back. So this is really simple stuff. We've got a strainer. We've got the bottom part of a mixer and a beautiful spoon. Couple pieces of ice there and 2 Mason Snifties.
Yep.
All right. Again, the idea of a digestive, not an aperitif, but a digestive, is just kind of to settle the stomach after you have eaten and kind of make you ready to eat some more. And we've been shooting recipes all day long, so this is going to be really nice to get us right where we need to be, and just a little bit because we still got some recipes to go today. Hey. Cheers.
Of course.
Cheers to you folks. It's beautiful. Cold pressed coffee. Gosh, the vanilla just sings in it. I can't wait to see how this is going to be on the outside of that steak. The cast iron caramelization.
Has it been 10 minutes?
I can't wait anymore. It's at least been 7.5. Let's get it. Let's get it. Now in slicing a tri-tip, you know, this is a muscle that kind of swerves around. We talk about cutting across the grain. So I usually make one slice at a slight bias right here. And that is gorgeous. Look at all that intermuscular fat in there. And now I'm gonna come across the grain this way, and I can show you on the point. Let me see if I can roll it around and find, see the grain runs this way. So I'm gonna not press too much, but squeeze and then guide. I mean, you're dealing with a really nice piece of meat that's got a bunch of marbling in it. You're doing yourself a disservice to cook this thing to a rare state. You want to at least hit medium rare. Somewhere in between medium rare and medium is what you're looking for. So all that intermuscular fat can break down, the collagen can turn to gelatin and do its work as far as turning into flavor and moisture. Now, like a deck of cards, little finishing salt, and we're going to transfer to our platter, going with the larger slices first. I like to stack to keep everything warm. Don't forget any of that board sauce. Now for our compound butter, and then lay that right in. And why not? Why not just, I mean, come on, right?
Come on. A little bourbon butter.
Yeah, a little cast iron bourbon butter. It's screaming for something green on the plate. There's no question about it. It's gonna drive me nuts. I'll probably lose sleep about it tonight, but that's okay. That's me. That's my problem, not yours. All right. This is stunning. The roasted sweet potatoes just drinking up that coffee bourbon butter. The roasted corn out of the DoJoe, and the star of the show has got to be the the tri-tip, right? This is a meat and tater kind of plate, just so much fun and so simple. Let's go ahead and give it a taste. Oh my gosh. All right, that's a big bite, but I'm going for it. 3, 2, 1. It's been a long time since I've had a lush bite like that. That is spectacular. I want to reiterate, the DoJoe is not just for pizzas anymore, okay? Certified frickin' deck oven, great stuff. I can't wait to do wings in here. The cast iron bourbon steak, absolutely wonderful. Sweet potatoes, great. Corn, exactly where you want it to be. That even heat, that's just so soft. You can crank it up. We were sitting at 450 degrees. All this came out at the same time. Couldn't be any easier. Folks, if you enjoyed this video as much as we enjoyed making it for you and eating this food, do me a favor and push that like button. Go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification button as well. Chef Eric Gephardt here from Kamado Joe. Cheers to you. Happy grilling.